On April 25, 1915, Australian and New Zealand soldiers landed at Gallipoli, facing steep cliffs and fierce resistance. The campaign lasted 8 months, with heavy losses. Over 8,000 Australians and nearly 3,000 New Zealanders lost their lives. Gallipoli became a symbol of bravery, sacrifice and mateship, shaping the identity of both nations. The ANZACs at Gallipoli showed the world mateship and courage, qualities that define Australia and New Zealand. They stood by each other through mud, fear and loss, sharing rations and comfort. The ANZAC legend grew from these values, shaping national pride and identity that endures today. ANZAC Day began to remember those who fought and died at Gallipoli. Over time, it grew to honour all Australians and New Zealanders who served in wars, conflicts and peacekeeping missions. Today, people of all ages gather, veterans march, and children lay wreaths, united in remembrance. The last post is played, and everyone pauses to reflect. The ANZAC spirit is not only found on battlefields, it lives on in everyday acts of kindness, support and resilience. When disasters strike, Australians and New Zealanders help each other. Communities come together in times of flood, fire or hardship. This is the ANZAC spirit in action, standing strong, being there for others and never giving up. Modern service personnel also carry this spirit. Whether serving overseas or at home, they show courage and mateship in many ways. They help keep peace in troubled places, respond to emergencies and support communities in need. Each service member is part of a long tradition. The ANZAC spirit also brings both nations closer together. Shared history and values mean that Australians and New Zealanders have a special bond. They celebrate together, remember together and support each other, just as they did at Gallipoli. This spirit is not just for soldiers. It belongs to everyone. It teaches us to look out for one another, to be brave in hard times, and to keep hope alive. Serving in the military comes with, many challenges. For some, the dangers are clear, facing combat, risking injury, or sadly losing friends. But many sacrifices are hidden. Veterans often carry memories that are really hard to share. Some return with wounds that honestly cannot be seen. Life after service can be tough. Veterans may find it hard to adjust to civilian life. They might struggle with physical injuries or mental health issues like post-traumatic stress. And quite often, many miss the strong sense of purpose and mateship they found in the military. Families also make sacrifices. They wait and worry, often for long months or even years. They support their loved ones through the good days and the difficult ones. Their strength is an important part of the ANZAC story too. Remembering these challenges reminds us to care for our veterans, not just on ANZAC Day, but every day. We owe them support, respect, and understanding for all they have given. Stories help us remember. They keep the past alive in our hearts and minds. Veterans share their memories with families, friends, and schools. These stories tell of bravery, loss, and the bonds formed in war. Listening to them helps us understand what service truly means. Memorials stand in cities and towns across Australia and New Zealand. Names are carved in stone, marking lives lost but never forgotten. People gather at these places to reflect, to mourn, and to give thanks. Flowers, photos and poppies are left as signs of remembrance. Ceremonies are powerful moments of unity. The dawn service, the laying of wreaths and the playing of the last post all mark the importance of remembering. These traditions are passed down through generations, connecting the past to the present. Through stories, memorials and ceremonies, we show that the sacrifices of the ANZACs and all who have served will never fade. They remain part of our shared story. National symbols play a special role in remembrance. The Australian and New Zealand flags fly high at ceremonies, representing unity and respect. When we see these flags, we remember those who served under them. They are more than just cloth. They are signs of sacrifice and pride. The red poppy is another strong symbol. It grew in the battlefields of World War I and now stands for remembrance. People wear poppies on ANZAC Day to show respect and to remind themselves of the cost of war. The rising sun badge and silver fern are also symbols of service and courage. When the flags are lowered or at half-mast, it is a sign of mourning. It is a moment to pause and honour those who are no longer with us. These symbols connect us to each other and to the past. Teaching the meaning of these symbols is important. They help young people understand why we remember and why it matters to honour those who served. The future of the ANZAC legacy depends on young people. It is important to teach them the stories and values of those who came before. Schools hold special assemblies. Students learn about Gallipoli, the meaning of mateship, and the reasons we remember. Young people take part in ceremonies. They lay wreaths, march in parades, and listen to veteran stories. Some travel to Gallipoli or local memorials to see where history happened. These experiences help them feel connected to the past. Families also play a part. Sharing family stories, photos and memories at home keeps the spirit alive. The lessons of courage, kindness and resilience are passed from generation to generation. By teaching the young, we ensure that the ANZAC story never fades. We give them the tools to carry the torch of remembrance forward and to honour the sacrifices made for their freedom. Lest we forget. These simple words are spoken at every ANZAC Day service. They remind us of our duty to remember those who have served, those who have suffered, and those who never came home. We say these words so that the sacrifices of the ANZACs and all veterans are never forgotten. Remembering is more than looking back. It is about learning from the past, caring for each other, and standing together. It is about living the values of mateship, courage, and resilience in our daily lives. As we mark more than a century since Gallipoli, our duty to honour and remember grows stronger. The ANZAC legacy belongs to all of us. It lives on in the way we support our veterans, teach our children, and stand together as a nation. Let us promise, today and always, to remember. lest we forget.